Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Mike Jones Draws. We're having a little impromptu stream tonight because last Sunday we couldn't broadcast because of a power outage. We were all sitting here ready to go, and all of a sudden the power went out, and it was out for about six or 7 hours. And by the time it came back on, I guess we just were a little too tired to do the broadcast, so we decided to wait. And this broadcast will kind of make up for missing that Sunday. We don't plan on missing any more Sundays. Welcome back, everybody. Whoever's out there, I'm sure there's not too many people watching right now, but for those of you who are catching us, hello, welcome back. We're here to do another page of the Scarlet Mutton comic book that I'm working on, that we published in February, first issue, which is right here. This is the issue of the Scarlet Mutton, issue number 1. 72 pages, and it is available on Amazon, both in book form and in ebook form. And we hope that you'll check it out. We are now in the process of working on pages for issue number 2, which we hope to have out within the next few months. It's been coming kind of slow, but there's reasons for that. Anyway, here is the shout out to everybody that I know and the people who've been following us. And for those of you who are new to our stream, welcome. We hope to hear from you. The chat is open. And if you want to drop by and say hello, we love it. We want to hear from everybody. We just have this nice little friendly drawing show here where we are creating page by page the second installment of my series, The Adventures of the Scarlet Mutton. This is the Scarlet Mutton Shield. This happens to be, I put this in all my scripts. These are scripts that I write and make our stories from. And it's an interesting process. It's very difficult. Writing is very difficult, but it's a lot of fun when it comes together. And I felt like our first issue came together pretty nicely. Now we got a lot of loose ends to tie up, and more story to tell, and more characters to introduce. The Scarlet Mutton story is going to definitely to get richer and deeper as the issues progress. Today, I'm working on page 14, and we've got the Mutton has just escaped, and the police are pissed off, to say the least. Anyway, it's another three-panel page that I got. As you can see, I sketch out the panels before I put them onto what I call, this is called a dummy page. It's a layout page where I perfect how I want the page to look before it goes to the final page. The final page being on a standard ink, standard comic book board that's used professionally in the industry, and then it is inked, and the lettering and coloring are applied later in the computer through the wizardry of my engineer, Mr. Jacob Reed, who's not with us today. He has finally entrusted me to do this on my own solo. I am not the best computer guy, but I'm learning. I'm learning a lot, and I think I can handle the broadcast today. And Mr. Reed will be with us again tomorrow for tomorrow's weekly Sunday broadcast, in which he'll have some new. We got some new information to share with everybody about our future plans that have to do with other projects that Mindstorm Unlimited has in store. As you, for those of you who don't understand what I mean, Mindstorm Unlimited is our company, and Mindstorm Comics is just one arm of that company. And it's the first arm we created, and now we have another arm going for apps, original apps that we are promoting, such as the Cowbell Shake, which is a really cool little app. If you don't have it, you should get it. It's free right now, but it might not be for long because it's getting better, and it's a really fun, kind of a fun little app to have on your phone. And then the other is the surprise content that Mr. Reed is preparing to wow us with, and that's coming. We'll have some more news of that tomorrow, but that's coming very soon. In the meantime, we're just going to continue creating the Scarlet Mutton page by page. This is page 14, and it comes after page 13, of course, which is right here, where the police are trying to stop the Scarlet Mutton from exiting the alley. He is coming at them, and his car, his indestructible supercar, crashes through the road blockade and sends the cops scattering, and they make their escape. Now, the Captain Barntroff, is very upset, and he manages to alert all other units in the area to pursue the mutton and try to catch him as he laments over his escape. Meantime, the mutton is headed out, racing away, and trying to ponder his next ploy, which will come on page 15 and 16. By page 17, we'll be done with the prologue, and then at page 18 will be the beginning of the fourth chapter in this in the serial. It's like a serial. Every chapter is numbered against the last. The first comic, we had 3 chapters. Oh, get the music going. We got some chill hop music today, courtesy of Pretzel Rocks. So let's get that going. Just some background noise while we draw. So what I'm going to do is take these elements that I've drawn and put them onto this dummy page and figure out where my balloons are going and where my panel borders are going, and then just lay it out so it's ready for inking. So let's go with that. Let's start with that. Let's okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Turn our light table on, and we'll start putting this together. Now, these drawings are all kind of basically they're ready. They just have to be placed in the right place, so that that the comic flows with the dialogue, with the balloons, and so forth. Anyway, so let's yeah, that is kind of bright, isn't it? Let me see. Hold on a second. So we can't get this down a little bit. Look a little bit better. Doesn't want to do it. You can see it a little better there. Doesn't really help much, does it? Let's try the white balance. Hey, what's up, Nick? How you doing, brother? Just Vader, yeah, that's me. My son likes to speak Dutch because we are of Dutch heritage, and he's very proud of that. And he likes to, he's been trying to teach himself how to speak Dutch. And I think that's very, very admirable. One day we'll go to Holland together, but it's not gonna happen. Let's draw this guy up, see what happens. Is Captain Barntrough. I know you are, I know that. Just like your old man. Oh, okay, but hey, for the benefit of our viewers, they don't speak Dutch, son, but that's a great joke between you and me. Love you too. Oh, Sierra. Sierra's coming on to see me. Hello, Sierra. Both my children have come to visit me today. Isn't that nice? I so look forward to visits from both of them. We're in contact all the time, of course, but it's nice when they come and hang out with me on the show. That's fucking, that's cool. I enjoy this. Let's see, let's just see what we're doing with this scene here. Captain Barntrough is mighty upset. It's almost like being in a nightclub together, huh? Yeah. Well, it's definitely like being in the same room with each other, despite the miles between us, which thankfully for technology, we can do that, and I think it's just wonderful. I'm really glad you guys are supporting me in my humble efforts here. Captain Barntroff is, although he is still suffering the lingering effects of the gas that the mutton showered the alley with, he manages to get on his radio and notify all the other units to get after the mutton, since he has successfully eluded him for the moment. He is none too happy. You know, as Oma would say, what did I miss? The zealot. Yeah, it is. It's just fun. It's just, getting together and enjoying each other's company and having some fun there, drawing pictures. I love it. I love what I do. What are you guys doing tonight? Hanging out at home, or? As Oma would say, you better believe it. She would definitely say, Fazella, I think she'd really love to be able to see this if she were still with us. I miss my mother. She was a fun person. She loved life. As do I. Cleaning, huh? Cleaning. Well, that's a necessary evil, unfortunately. And, with poor children, I imagine you're doing quite a bit of cleaning. But that's the way it's got to be, I guess. Gotta keep up with the Mets. Okay, Barncroft is contacting other units, telling them to get after the startup button, catch him at all costs. He has eluded them. Jones is keeping up with the Joneses. Little Amber, well, you tell little Amber that she's a sweetheart, and I can't wait to see her again and give her a big hug. Thank you, Amber. Too bad you couldn't come by and visit tonight. But it is kind of a long drive. I still got to come up there and drop off your clothing. Just haven't had a chance. So yeah, now these cops are talking. The cop is like, wow, I've never seen anything like that. This Scarlet Button's got more gimmicks, tricks than Houdini. To which the captain replies, yeah, he's slippery, all right, that's for sure. But this is far from over. I'm going to catch this Scarlet Button if it's the last thing. So now we know the captain is resolved to put the Mutton in jail. He's just one of many people who are after the Mutton. The Mutton is causing great concern amongst several circles. Missing something? Oh, well, okay. If she painted a painting, I'd love to see it, of course. Now, I mean, I'm not the greatest critic in the world. I mean, I'm certainly not the greatest painter. I mean, I would love to see what she did. So, you know, when I come up, I hope she has it on the phone or whatever. I can show me. Okay, well, we got this panel pretty much knocked out, except for, you know, I gotta draw him in. Let's put him a little closer. Maybe a little further. Put him over here. Put another top over here. I'm going to put another top there. I didn't even draw him, no? Huh. Okay, well. I'll just do it this way. We got plenty of room for a couple of bubbles here. A couple of word balloons. Get back up where people can see it. Sorry about that. Sometimes I forget. When I get involved in this, you can't see what I'm doing. But anyway, right now it's just still in the layout stage, so there's always going to be changes made until I get to where I like the final layout, and then we move on. Post it. Post what? Oh yeah, you can post it. See, Sierra, you could have Amber post it if she wants us to look at it. I don't know why she wouldn't want to if she's proud of her painting. Let the world see it. What the hell? What do you got to lose? Hey, gonna have to take 2 minutes. Be back in just a moment. We're gonna go back to our little slideshow for a minute, and we'll be right back. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't go away. All right, we're back. I had to, relieve myself. Hey, no bad vibes, man. No bad vibes. This is all about fun, relaxation. And Sierra, I want to tell you, don't stress. Try not to stress. It doesn't change anything. Worry doesn't change the situation. You have to, it just is what it is. Like, you know how it is. And you just have to do what you got to do. And everything will work out. I believe that. It's worked out for me, and I've been in a lot of stressful situations over the years. Believe me. And worrying about it doesn't really change anything, except makes you not feel good and makes it hard to sleep and makes it, so just go with the flow and just do what you got to do, and you'll be all right. I have the greatest faith in you. All right, you're a Jones, you're a survivor. All right, so I want to see this painting you're talking about, but let's get back to the show. Let's get back to this drawing of Captain Barntrop and one of his stalwart officers looking on as the mutton barrels off in his supercar and escapes, captured once again. Of course, stalwart policeman Captain Barntrop is resolved to, in his determination to catch this mutton who's becoming a severe thorn in his side and causing great dismay in the police department, because they can't seem to catch him. Certainly doesn't make them look very good. Which we're going to have a scene later where the mayor of Valley City is chastising the DA and the police for their inability to catch this fugitive vigilante known as the Scarlet Mutton. Embarrassing, to say the least, to the police captain, who prides himself on being a policeman who gets the job done. No vigilante's gonna roam the streets on his watch, if he can help it. Okay, we got that now. We think we do to this one where we showed the car. Now cuts away to the car getting away to the caption. Let me arrange the caption here, yeah. Whoever's out there, we'd love to hear from you if you got anything to say. You were on. What does that mean, Pop? You were on, Pop. What does that mean? What that means? I was on. Oh, I see. That's not right. That's...
just stay tight, we have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This body will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This body will relieve us. Stay with me.
With the car barrels on. Let's see this one. See.
Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This body will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry.
There's a city back there, and then the ground here is all, this is all in shadow. Grill.
Stay with me.
Big black. Shadow over the car. Wheels. And he's moving down the road, trying to get away from the coppers. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so there we get some panel borders to throw in there. And that'll be, then we throw in the captions and the word balloons. Be a little bit shorter. Another one here. Sorry. I'll be seeing this. Jeez. Okay. Alright, I don't really need, well, like, so add dialogue here that needs to go in there, but hopefully we got that right this second.
Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat. You'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious. Release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blow me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon. Stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the
Okay, now it's a little easier to see.
I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan.
Okay.
Sick, twisted, gifted.
This page 13. Now there is some lingering gas.
Persistent, spoke it into existence, so consistent, no assistance. Hear me once become addicted. If I rap it, then I live it. There's no capping, I'll be breaking this. This ain't what you want, bitch. I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Gas is fading away, and there is a wall back there.
This ain't what you want, bitch. I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Switch. Run in. He's gonna be saying some stuff here. Probably have to try another one here. Maybe down here. And another one over here. Are you guys at the bar? Or are you just hanging out at the house? You still there, or did you vacate? What do you mean? I don't understand. It's a conversation I stepped away from. I don't know. I didn't step away from anything. I'm still here. Okay, so there's a building over here. Yes, this. It's all there. It's black. It's black here. Shadow on this side, it's black. Always gotta have a good contrast with black and white. These pages. There's the captain. He's signaling other units in the area to go after the Scarlet Mutton. His tail, and he confers with one of his officers. And then we cut to the escaping car, where the Scarlet Mutton and Lambo are trying to figure out their next ploy, because they haven't escaped yet. They're on their way. They're a lot further than they were, but they still have to get away from all these squad cars. Kind of hard to do, but they have an advantage, which works for them. Okay, so we've used up these pages now. Need them anymore. Just for dialogue. Now I'm going to show you all the concept for the cover of the book. And it's just really loose, really rough. But it's called Aftermath. And this is a shot where the Scarlet Button and Lambo are racing out of the alley. All the cops are shooting at him. I have to add a couple more cops, and there's still a little bit more work to be done. I think I'm going to enlarge the car a bit, make it a little more domineering on the page. And then, of course, rework a nice type. The logo, of course, has to be we have the logo already ready to just insert and drop into it. So we're going to put that in there along with issue number 2 and our Mindstorm Comics logo. Escape? Impossible. It's all in the aftermath. And that's this issue is sort of like it's going to end up being sort of an in-between issue for a major villain to make his entrance. And then in the third issue, we have a major confrontation between this ultimate villain and the Scarlet Button. A major confrontation. He's going to end up becoming one of the Scarlet Button's main antagonists. I won't tell you who he is just yet, but I do have a cover already designed, or laid out anyway, to introduce this character in issue 3. So this is just a concept. I'm going to probably, of course, I'm going to rework it a little bit. But the main action that takes place in issue 2, where they make their harrowing escape from the police after the Button has been shot. If those of you who have read issue 1 will know this. For those of you who have not seen the comic, please go to Amazon and purchase it. It's available in both print form and in ebook form. This is the book, The Adventures of the Scarlet Button. It's 72 pages of mutinous fury. It's a labor of love. We hope that you'll check it out. And keep your eyes peeled and for issue number 2, which will be coming, we promise. It's just taking forever. And I really can't apologize enough for that, but there's really not much I can do about it given the time constraints that I have to work on this. So anyway, that was page 14. Okay, let's see what we're going to do on page 15. And we're going to need to make another page. Need to make another page. Maybe 2. We'll make a couple of them before we get started on this one. Like I said, these pages here are basically just concept dummy pages for use in doing the final page, which would be put on professional comic book boards, which are made specifically for the purpose of publishing comic books. And I highly recommend that anyone who's trying this would use this, because they're the size that this is, I believe it's like 10 by 15 and a half or something like that, is standard size for comic book illustrations in their original form. However, it's also the size that our publisher can use. Certain sizes are difficult, don't translate well when they're shrunk or when they are printed because they lose some of their I don't know what you call it. You call it it loses something in the printing when it's not done correctly. So we were told that this is the size we needed, and now we're working exclusively in that. So we have no more problems in terms of future issues of worrying about what was the word I'm looking for? Resolution, I guess. A good clean resolution when it's shrunk down to the size of a book. I believe our comic is something in the neighborhood of 8.5 by 11. It's more of a magazine size, and it has a spine on it because we had 72 pages. So this is a very substantial book with a nice glossy cover with really made with really great quality Baxter paper, and we're very proud of it, and we can't wait to put out the second one. I'll be right back. I need to relieve myself. Be right back. All right, I'm back. It didn't take long, did it? I'm pretty quick. So we're gonna take make a couple more outlines of our image area for page 15 and 16. We're going to use this one here as our template, and we'll create those real quick. Table back on for a minute.
When I let you go, let's just pull you closer. I can't understand where it came from.
Anybody out there that's just joining us? I'm Mike Jones, and this is Mike Jones Draws, and we're working on a comic book called The Scarlet Mutton, Adventures of the Scarlet Mutton, and we're doing weekly live broadcasts to show the making of the book as it gets completed page by page. This will be page 15. And now page 16 over here. This is the boring part, but unfortunately it's all necessary in the construction of the book. We hope you'll join us tomorrow. We'll have our weekly regular broadcasts somewhere in the neighborhood of, say, 2 p.m. and going however long we decide to go. You never know when it's going to end. Yeah, for that matter, we don't know when it's going to begin. But hey. Yeah, we definitely will be here tomorrow, and the Jacob Boom will be joining me. So I'll have my producer. I won't have to worry about monitoring this show like I am tonight. But you know, it's not hard. It's easy, actually. It just took me a while to figure it out. And I'm not exactly the most computer literate person, but I'm learning. And it's actually turned out to be a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Another template for page 16. I envision the second issue being somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 32 pages maximum. There's no way I'm going to do another 72-page book until I get ready to do my a special issue, the Scarlet Button Annual, which will be out detailing in full the Scarlet Button's entire origin, how he captured his father's killers, why he does what he does, all the ins and outs, and that set him on his crime-fighting crusade. The Scarlet Button is essentially an homage to pulp heroes like the Green Hornet, particularly, with some Batman thrown in for fun, and some Adam West Batman. Really, not necessarily. You got the cover to the second issue. I do. I just started it. I just did a layout for it. And I just showed it to everybody. It's just a layout for, here it is right here. Scarlet Button. Now all this is really rough. It's not finished. And I'm definitely redrawing all this again. Doing it a little more dynamic, adding a few more cops over here, and making the car a little bit bigger. And the blurb here, escape impossible. It will look cool when it's done. And then the title of the comic is Aftermath, and that will be in a box down at the bottom. And of course our issue 2 and our logo and our Mindstorm Unlimited logo. It'll look nice. It'll look nice. Basically, that's the thrust of the action in issue 2 is their escape from the police. After that, it's more like we're tying up some loose ends, and we're adding a few characters and starting a new kind of a story arc. So we're setting it all up with all the reaction of the police and the media and the crooks to what they want to do, how they want to deal with this Scarlet Button. It gets a little deeper, definitely. And the resolution doesn't come right away because it's a serial, and I'm going to drag it out a little bit, so that we can introduce some new villains and some different stuff. But I do believe that I'm going to end it. Eventually, what I'll do is I will end the story with a finality. Either kill the Scarlet Button off, saving his beloved city, or have him, who knows? I'm not sure how it's going to end, but I'm still working on that. It's just like, it's part of the angst I have with this project is I should have written the whole thing out before I started doing this, but Yeah. It's just a layout right now. There's another layout I have here for issue 3, but I don't want to show that yet because I want to save a few surprises. And I'm not really happy with the layout's complete execution, nor am I happy with this. This will need some tweaking and some improving. Anyway, page 14 came out okay. I still got some detail to put in it. I got to clean up that city and add a lot of detail here and a caption here and some word balloons here and over here. Well, thank you, Nick. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your comments as always. It will be okay. It will read well. It will flow. The next pages are going to be probably the most difficult. I got to draw a bunch of cars. I don't like drawing cars. I'm not really good at drawing cars, but I'm getting better at it, I guess. I got to draw some police cars chasing the Scarlet Mutton, and how he eludes them and eventually gets back to the safety of the Mutton Lair because he's wounded and he needs medical attention. Let's see. So I definitely need to show some cops chasing them, but yeah. I've got a lot of drawings for the pages that come after these. Not as many as I need for these next few pages. They're beautiful. Oh, no. Adam, what do I do with them? No. Now I had those pages. What did I do? That's crazy. There. Heidi. Of course. Okay, so this next page, it's going to be a panel up here where the Mutton and Lambo are conferring, and then another panel go beneath that where they're still conferring, but from a different viewpoint. And then after that, down here will be this little panel of Lambo in close-up saying something. And then a shot of the car racing around the corner, outdistancing the police, which this has to be redrawn. It's very poorly done. But basically you'll see a cop car in the distance here, and they suddenly surge of speed to get around the corner to get out of sight temporarily. And then once they get out of sight, they decide to use their amazing Mutton module. Then they get out of sight, they get around a corner and pull into a parking spot where the Mutton module activates and they change the car's appearance once again, and this time to a laundry service truck. Then the cops come around, careening around the corner, and they just pass by. They take no notice of the silent parked vehicle. So they escape notice and are able to limp their way home. And that's when we start the 4th chapter, which is called Aftermath. This whole 15, 16 pages has been a prologue that sort of outlines his escape and gets us back to where we can start with the story again. And they get back to the mutton lair, and Wooly tends to the mutton's wounds. And there's a page where you see this would be 3 different panels. One, a distant shot of a hillside outside the city, and then a shot of the same hillside with a car coming around with its headlights on in the distance, and then another shot where it gets closer and comes around the corner heading down the road. This is on the outskirts of Valley City. They're heading towards the lair, and you've got a nice caption here that details what's going on, inside the car. Anyway, then they get back to the lair. We finally make it back to the lair, and they roar in. I gotta have a shot where the hillside, or the dumps, the big pile of junk lifts up like the Batcave, and they go in, and then it comes back down. And they're back in here now. This shot is kind of crappy because I spilled some kind of a drink on this drawing, and I haven't used it yet. It's a layout, but the mutton car roars back in, and we have our title now, Chapter 4, Aftermath, or They Shoot Muttons, Don't They? With our credits and a shot of the coming in, and then Wooly is greeting them at the door. Can't believe it, thank heavens you made it, blah blah blah. And then after that, I did not draw any further. They will remove him from the car and put him on a table and take off his mask and hat and coat and try to tend to his shoulder wound, and have a whole bunch of dialogue for that scene already written. All my dialogue is usually written in advance, but it's always subject to change. In fact, I'm changing it all the way till I ink it. Sometimes even when we're doing the computer the final work on the book in the computer, the coloring and the lettering, we change it all the way up to that point. I might say, oh, I don't like that line, and just change it. But usually it's pretty well planned out. And most of the dialogue changes are minor, if there are some made at that point. But anyway, that's why I do this preparatory phase, so that I make less mistakes, and I'm happy with what I've done. So anyway, let me just go ahead and draw this. This shot and this shot. And I need to do some more. I need to do a shot with the cop cars coming up the road. following them. And I haven't really done that yet. So I think I'm going to have to insert that somewhere between either before this shot or right after, so that it lines up better with this shot. But this shot needs to be, it's going to be a little bit bigger. Well, I like drawing these preliminary panel sketches on 8.5 by 11 paper because it's smaller, and when I put it on the big paper, it always allows me a little more room and freedom to add to the scene, and more room for, you know, adding captions and or dialogue balloons or sound effect onomatopoeias, like screech and boom, you know, but then, you know, coupled with the words, you know, like with a sudden surge of speed, the turbocharged supercar outdistances the pursuing police, hurtling around a corner, temporarily out of sight. So, you know, it's very dramatic. It's you know, it's just fun. It's just fun. I don't think it really takes itself all that seriously. I mean, obviously these are sheep characters, sheeple men that look like sheep, have heads of sheeps, and wolves in suits, you know, a la James Cagney, Humphrey Bogart kind of gangster stuff, which I love, and I think that's part of why I did it. I wanted to have that. I wanted it to have that kind of 30s, 40s kind of a feel to the characters, you know, easily understood with lingo that, you know, that's classic gangster lingo and stuff, you know. He's not a superhero. He's a hero, but he's not a superhero. He's a gimmick hero. He's got lots of gadgets and gimmicks, and that's kind of fun. He's partly Secret Squirrel, if anybody remembers that character. Not quite as outlandish as that, but sometimes some of the stuff that the mutton pulls out of his coat is just incredibly weird, or just what he needs at the time, or you know, or something that just couldn't possibly really work, you know, but it works for him. Anyway, let's see, how long have we been on here? Well, we've been on for about an hour and a half, I guess, haven't we? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Well, I think we're gonna we've been on for almost an hour and a half. I think we're gonna probably call it a night tonight, and we'll resume with our pal the Jacoboon tomorrow, and continue with page 15 and 16, and possibly do a little inking on page 2. We've already started inking page 1, and or we may work on the cover. There's a lot of things we have to do. This is going to be an ongoing process, but you can expect to see me more often than just Sunday, because I'm getting the hang of this streaming thing and I like it. And it's a lot of fun. And I want to thank my son and my daughter and her friends for coming tonight. And I appreciate all the commentary and your support. I love you both very much. I think tomorrow we may have some more visitors, because they know that that's when we're normally on. But I'm going to get people geared up for more broadcasts during the week, so they know that I'm on more often than just Sunday, because I want to build an audience, and I think that's the only way to do it. So thanks for everybody coming. I appreciate you. Had a lot of fun working on page 14 today. And we'll see you tomorrow for some more mutton fun. Thanks for watching.